Hello and welcome to episode 127, I believe, of the Stress Knits podcast. My name is Stacy, also known as Stress Knits Yarn on Instagram, and I'm coming to you from a snowy Metro Detroit, Michigan, where I live with my husband Doug, our daughter Eliza, and our pug Esther. Today is November 30th, 2020. Wow. I can't believe tomorrow is December 1st. I am currently vlogging for Vlogmas. I am doing it a day ahead so that there will be a vlog tomorrow and it's not something I have to hurry up and edit at midnight. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to do it this way instead. And I'm really excited about it. So I've been vlogging all day. I've been dyeing yarn all day. I've been working from home. Doug is also working from home today. And Eliza is with my mom, which is a huge blessing because I don't know if I would have been able to get anything done if Eliza was home. Yeah, she's wonderful. But she's very clingy right now and I love it. But when you have to get stuff done and she has a meltdown the second I step out of the room or even go to the bathroom, it's really, really hard to get what you need to do done. And it's crunch time right now for several reasons. And I'm not quite ready to share with the world what's going on. Patrons know and everything's still kind of up in the air. Hopefully you'll know by the end of the week. Hopefully I'll know by the end of the week what's going on. So I'm just really trying to get ready because it has been a process. So let's keep this short and sweet. I have a finished object, some whips, 2 new things I get to show you, and shop update news. So first things first, I finished my Felix cardigan by Amy Christoffers, and I haven't woven in the ends, I haven't sewn on the buttons. I'm kind of indifferent to it. It doesn't fit the way that I want it to. I mean, I don't know how well this is gonna go on over this sweater because it's quite a large sweater. We will see though. Wow, knitwear on knitwear feels bizarre. So I don't know how I feel about it. It's I don't know. It also might be the color. I don't know. I actually am thinking about doing a sweater de-stash on my shop this month, and sell sweaters that I don't wear or have not turned out like I wanted and I think would be happier at someone else's home, and I think this is going to be one of them. I love the yarn. I used Peace Fleece worsted in the Palomino colorway and I love it, but it's just I don't think I'll ever wear it, and it's been hanging up and I stare at it every day and I'm just not excited about it. So maybe somebody else could get some wear out of this. I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in, but I've been thinking about it for a while, just to kind of declutter a little bit and get these sweaters into homes that they'll be loved in, because it's really just it's not what I was going for. I had a vision in my head and this wasn't it. So that's a little wah-wah, but it's okay. Not everything always works out. I think that's really all I have to say about this. I've talked about it a lot previously. I don't know if I'll ever knit this pattern again, even the pullover. I don't know, it's not my favorite. I know plenty of people who love it. Maybe the pullover would be different, but I don't know. Not really in my plans anytime soon, if it ever is. So that is the Felix cardigan. Nothing wrong with the nothing wrong with the pattern. I wish it was more size inclusive. But the way it's written, my gauge was on. I knit the correct size. It just didn't work out. So that's okay. The other thing that I'm working on currently, so whips that you've seen before, because there are two that you have not. First one is my Half and Half Triangles wrap by Purl Soho. I'm knitting this with Jax Knits. They're hosting a year-long knit-along that started in October and is going to the next October and hopefully Rhinebeck. We'll see. But I just finished the second skein of yarn. So I caked up the third skein and I'm getting ready to go. This is the progress I made in a day. The rows are getting considerably shorter. I think I'm at about 100 stitches and you start off with 290, I believe. So it's just a big, almost triangle right now. It's massive. It's only half of it. So hopefully by the next time you see this, I will have joined the second color and have started the other triangle. That's the goal. And then this is a stitch marker from Hello Lavender Reshma. It is a rainbow and I love it. I don't know if you can see it. I love it. I am using a size 4 or 5. Do I have a gauge ruler? I thought I did. I do. Okay. A needle gauge. This is my Twig and Horn needle gauge. I can't remember if it's a 4 or a 5. I'm using a US 5. And I think this calls for a 2 or a 3. Yeah, I'm using a 5. I'm a tight knitter and I'm really glad. Yes. And this is Purl Soho Linen Quill in the pale mushroom colorway. And then the second color, I don't know, do I have a skein? I do. This is my second color. And it is called Rose Granite. So this will be my second half. Nice, neutral. Really excited to start the second part of it because I also want to cast on another one, but I don't think yet. So hopefully the second triangle will be underway the next time we chat in about a week or two. And then I'll start with a brand new cast on that nobody's seen, that nobody knows I'm knitting. And that is a Turtledove by Espace Tricot. I'm so excited. So this is where I'm at. I am a few rows away from separating for the sleeves. I am using Woolfolk Luft in the L12 colorway. It's a cool gray. It's my kind of gray. I'm really excited about it. I'm probably going to end up folding this over. And it's probably just gonna be super cozy and wonderful. But I'm knitting the size medium. And I love the sweater. I love the yarn. The yarn is a splurge. And that feels like an understatement, honestly. But I was lucky enough to find it on sale. When Purl 2 Walla Walla was having a 20% off sale, I was able to get a sweater quantity of the Woolfolk Luft. So that made it possible for me to knit the sweater in the yarn called for, but there are plenty of other options to knit the sweater. I know there's like a drops yarn. I think Knit Picks has a yarn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there are plenty of other options. I would check out the pattern pages for this. So if you go to Ravelry, I don't know why I'm doing this. I think I just need to talk through it. If you go to Ravelry and you type in Turtledove, and then you go to the pattern page, and then there will be next to details, it says yarn ideas. Yes, there are it shows you what other knitters have used. So the number one option is the Woolfolk Luft, and then there's Knit Picks Wonder Fluff, Drops Air, other things that I've not heard of. People have used Cascade Eco Plus. There's also Cascade Cantata. I know, there are options. Barocco Chunky, Lion Brand, Thick and Quick. Like, it's just, there's other options. So, don't feel put off by the price tag of the Woolfolk Luft, because again, I don't know if I would have ever knit this if the yarn hadn't been on sale. But I'm incredibly happy with the yarn. I'm incredibly happy that's going into a sweater that's going to be a staple, something I wear all the time, something that I can wear with jeans or leggings, or maybe even over a dress and just be cozy, in a color that I really, really love. So that's how I feel about that. I'm knitting a medium, and I'm using 10.5s. US 10.5s. So everything should be good. I think it's going to be really good. We will see. We will see. I'm already on skein 3, which is just, it's crazy how much yarn this eats up. Let's see. The last thing that I'm working on is something I'm super excited about. And I can finally show you because this is coming out December 1st, which means the day 1 Advent colorway is already there. If you haven't opened yours yet, go open it. Or if you're waiting, probably just don't watch the rest of this. But, are you ready? Okay. Okay. I am so happy I don't have to keep this a secret anymore. This is my Glow colorway. It is day 1 of Advent. It is a coppery pink, and I am thrilled. I've had this colorway in my brain since I made Accidental Gemini, which was Eliza's first birthday colorway. So we're talking since 2019, June 2019. This colorway has been in my head because when all of the colors mesh together, this is the tonal colorway that it made. And the reason it's called Glow is because it reminds me of like a fire light glow, or the glow of fairy lights, or just like that really warm, inviting light that happens when it's dark and it's, you know, it's winter and we use softer lamps or twinkle lights or the fire candles, what have you. And so this is what that color reminds me of. And I'm also really into coppery pinks this year. They're very in. So obvious. And I love pink. I love basically everything except for like pink and like hot pink. I'm in. And baby pink. Not really my thing. But I love like mauvey pinks and coppery pinks, warm pinks, cool pinks. One of my favorite colors. So I saw this color sitting with mint, and I said, that needs to be an Ingalls sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And so I made it so. I had leftovers from my throw over because I used the three color work. And one of my colors was Pillow Mint, which is my mint color. It's a bluey mint. And I just used that because the pattern calls for DK held with mohair for this section, the snowflake section. And it just felt silly to break into a skein of mohair just for this. So I just went with worsted instead because I had it. Yeah, and I questioned doing the eyelets. I'm really glad I did. I don't know. I really love this sweater. I'm knitting. What size am I knitting? I don't know if I remember. 52. I have my laptop up So let me check. I am knitting the, what size? That's one, I think I'm knitting a medium again. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm knitting the 52.75 inch bust, which will give me a ton of positive ease, but that's what I want for this sweater. It's another sweater that I want to be able to wear leggings because I don't know about you, but in the winter, it's just so easy to wear leggings and then throw on a nice pair of socks and a pair of boots, a big cozy sweater and your coat, and you're good. Like, it feels good. And also, we're not leaving the house. So, yes, but also I think this would look really great with a pair of skinny jeans. So that's kind of the vibe. I'm going to knit it, I think the length that Caitlin knit it in the pattern, maybe not as long because I'm pretty short. I'm 5'2", in case anybody was curious. I'm barely 5'2". Yeah, so I really love the sweater. It's been one that I've wanted to make since I saw her tease it when she was designing it. I just never knew what color combination I wanted to do. So I'm really happy with this color combination. It feels very me, and it also feels a little like festive in a way where it's not like obviously festive. Yeah, here are my floats. I think I did okay. I think this is the best color work I've ever done. It's bunched because I have it on a small circumference needle. I think I have it on 24-inch cord, maybe 32. Yeah, so I've already separated for the sleeves. And now it's just rounding around. I'm debating, once I hit like an inch or two, maybe 2 inches past the armhole, I'm going to cut this yarn and do the sleeves. So that way I'm just knitting around and around on the, well, on the sleeves too, but the body mostly. I do think I want to make the sleeves a little tighter than the pattern calls for, because I think this is just a very oversized slouchy sweater, which I like because, I mean, like, obviously I like that. I am wearing one right now, but I think with this, I kind of want tighter sleeves, and I don't like when, like, the ribbing is like this. This kind of bothers me just a little bit. So if I can make even this a little tighter, and even if it's a little balloony, I think I'll like that. So that's a modification I'm going to make. The other modification I made was the fold over neckband, which I'm really happy I did because this pattern has a wide neckband, and it just, I don't like the way the wide necks look on me personally. And I don't like the way they feel. If I'm wearing a sweater, I want it to be a crew neck. Like, even if it was like, I don't know, like here, I feel like that would be fine. But when they're out, it just doesn't, I don't know, I just don't like it. So that's another reason why I want to get rid of some of my sweaters, like my my no frills and my, what's it called, my stone crop, because just the wide neckline just really bums me out. So yeah, so that's the modification I made. So this will be much closer to the neck. It's still gonna be a little wider, but I think I'm gonna like it. And I did it the proper way. You'd be so proud of me. I knit it twice the length, so I think about 3 inches, and then I knit the live stitches with the cast on edge to create that instead of whip stitching it together like I have always done. So I'm really excited that I did that. So that's my Ingalls by Caitlin Hunter. I am using size, what needle am I using? I think, yes, I'm using a US 7. So I went up a needle size and I used a US 8 for the color work. I also have another Hello Lavender stitch marker. This is the Eucalyptus Plant Lovers one, and I love her stitch markers. They bring me so much joy. Yes, so that is my Ingalls by Caitlin Hunter, and I feel like I can work on it now because I can take pictures, I can post pictures online, I can have it in my stories without it being black and white, so I'm really excited about that. I have some up-and-coming projects. I have a test knit that I'm doing for Melody Hoffman. I'm really excited about that. I need to cast it on. I just wound the yarn this past weekend, so that will be on the needles next week. And then I also am going to knit a hat for Doug for Christmas in my new colorway, which is the perfect segue into shop update news. So this is Brick. One of my goals this year was to create my perfect red. Red is a very hard color to dye. I don't know why, but either it bleeds too much, or it's too orange, it's too pink, or it's too blue. It is something that I struggle with, and I think a lot of dyers really struggle with finding the right red. I know some dyers that do it incredibly well, and I just don't know how they do it. I think reds and blues are two of the hardest colorways to really find a nice color. I think it's very difficult, and that's one of and they're not my favorite colors, so that's also why I don't have them in the shop. But I'm trying to have at least like a rainbow going on. So I finally have a red. It is Brick. It's inspired by brick houses. We love brick houses. Both of us grew up in brick houses, and so this actually reminds me of the color of my parents' house. And it also reminds me of a sweatshirt, a hoodie that Doug had. I think he had it since middle school, and I would steal it all the time in high school. And when we dated in high school, I took it all the time. And then when we dated again in college, I just took it as my own. Since we were doing long distance, I would have him spray his cologne on it whenever we were together. And then the sweatshirt would smell like him, and I just wouldn't wash it until I saw him next. So gross, but it's true. That's what we did. And I was actually wearing the hoodie when he proposed to me. So it's a very special color. And it's just my favorite kind of red. So it's a very like washed, kind of rusty red. I don't know. That's pretty accurate, honestly. I really love it. So Brick will be in the shop. This is going to be a hat for Doug. I'm also contemplating knitting all three of us hats in this colorway, so we'll see how that goes. So that's Brick, and let's talk about shop update. What's going to be in the shop? I have a basket. I can't show you everything because I've had some issues with dyeing and, you know, whatever. So Glow will be in the shop update, this coppery pink. This is Brick on fingering on my 80/20, which is my favorite. This is Dahlia. They look very similar on camera, but this is definitely red and this is definitely pink. Like, I don't know if it really picks up. I think that's a better representation. Like, this is definitely red and this is definitely pink. They're similar, but they're not the same. They use completely different colors. Like, when they're laying down here, you can really see the difference. It's kind of cool. Golden Hour, Rest Belt, Mountain Mama, Dried Lavender. I think that's it for tones. Also Eloise, which I haven't skeined up yet. Eloise, which it's kind of the perfect companion to Glow. Like, this is definitely more coppery and this is more dusty, but yes. So there's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And then all of these colors will, except for Rust Belt, will also be on worsted. So there's that. And then there is my Merry and Bright collection, colorway, story kind of thing. save the minis for last. I just showed you, but you know, it's fine. So these are based off of ornaments that I've been obsessed with since I saw them at West Elm online, but they're sold out. I actually am going to check again today to see if they restocked them for Cyber Monday. I should have done that earlier. Didn't think of it. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to hold all of these together, but I created a colorway story with existing colorways and adding brick and glow to them to create this color palette that I'm calling Merry and Bright. So I will have a few sets of the 50-gram skeins of all 8 of the colors. So I'll show you with the minis what colors they are, but this is the set. These are all 50-gram skeins of my favorite sock base, which is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon, 50 grams, 200 yards each, whereas the full skeins are 100 grams, 400 skeins each. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so this is the mini skein collection. I have a ton of these. I did it on purpose, but it goes glow, eucalyptus, pillow mitt, sunflower, palm lines, brick, perfectly adequate, mountain mama. So these will also be in the shop update, and I have a lot of them. So I would still get there at 7 p.m. on December 1st, which is when the update is, Eastern. Yes, to make sure that you can get your hands on this, but hopefully they won't sell out super quickly. If they do, maybe I'll be able to dye up another round, but I'm not sure. So I made a lot just in case people really liked this. I think it'd make a cute pair of Christmas socks. I also think they're good additions for heels, toes, and cuffs for your Christmas socks, or maybe make a striped baby sweater or hat, or maybe pair this with a tonal that you love and make a striped sweater. I don't know. I just thought it was a really fun thing. So that's everything for the most part that's going into the shop. Again, there will also be worsted going into the shop. Yes, and then there will be an update every week with Advent colorway releases. I'm still trying to work out the schedule, so I'll have that for you by next week for sure, and what's going on. So just please bear with me during this next week and a half. And yeah, so I think that's everything. I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I will be having giveaways next episode. I just really don't have time right now, but there are some bags by 2 of my favorite bag makers and some cowl patterns from Mina of the Knitting Expat. So thank you to all of you who have donated stuff, and yeah, you're just the best, and I will talk to you next week.